What's happening, Rasta? What's going down? Brown tú sabes, you know how we get down. We're here live in the studio, Dispensa Mensa. We had to take a couple sessions off. I was Malias and we were in Vegas. We were out there gambling. We lost all our feria. We came back broke. We're fighting with the governor right now for our EBT card. And, man, homie, we can't get it. I got a letter today talking about they're going to cut back everything, even my Medi-Cal, homie. They said they ain't going to give you fat man's pills. I was reading the letter today. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I'm fat, but I can work it out, homie. Anyways, as you guys can see, my Conrad, my co-host, my ride or die homie is here. He came back from the boondocks out there in Malaysia. He came back. He's good to go. And what up, little man?
What's happening, everybody? What's up? First of all, before we get started, I just want to do a couple of shout-outs. I want to give my sister Nadine and wish her and her granddaughter a very, very happy birthday. And most of all, my beautiful mother up in heaven. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you, miss you. Want to say hi to Norma out there in Prum and my sister Gloria at home.
That's right. Big saludos to your whole familia and Nadine. Nadine's crazy, homie. She's off the hook, dog. Like, that's right, homie. If you guys didn't know, the whole family backed me up when we did our show. Not this Saturday, the Saturday before. They got down. It goes to show you. Well, we're gonna get into it, but man, I was happy. It was off the hook. But hey, congratulations to the Dodgers. They won. To all the gente out there that went out to the parade. Little man, you end up going to the parade?
Yeah, me and my little sister Gloria, we went out there, did a little hustle.
Did you get lost out there?
No, I didn't get lost. I was parked at on the corner of Figueroa and Temple.
Man, homie, last year we went and there was a lot of kids lost out there, dog. It was like, it was just, it's mayhem, huh, little man?
Oh, yeah, it's mayhem if you're going to be walking around. If you're going to find you a spot and kick it, you're all right. You'll be all right.
That's right. But congratulations to the Dodgers and to all the gente that went out there to Vegas, all the lowrider people. We got some news about lowriding magazine. We're just gonna get into it. What's up, Alfred? How you been? How was your 2 weekend off, homie?
Bro, man, I was watching. I kept up with the Dodgers the last 3 games, and granted, man, I'm here in Anaheim. You guys know there's a little thing between the LA Angels and the LA Dodgers, but you know what? I was watching the last series and the last game, bro. It really just showed me why they're number one. You know what I mean? When you have a pitching staff just like Yamamoto, that brings it out of nowhere, bro. And that just tells you how talented this team is. You know what I mean? We saw that a couple years ago with the Houston. Remember, yeah. Houston had a very good team, and now to be able to see the Dodgers, they didn't even need Crenshaw, bro. They didn't need Crenshaw.
You know what they say, right?
Yeah.
When you're out there and you go and purchase something, you pay for what you want.
That's true.
The Dodgers paid what they want, so we got a good team.
That's right.
I think they suck, dog. But wait, let me just hear me out, little man. Hear me out. Their average was only about 180, 200, 240 average, dog. These guys at the Blue Jays, they were freaking 400, 3-something. But it's not the average that they had. It's the hunger.
It's who wants it.
They wanted it so bad. Yeah. But, their performance towards the end, it was like, I expected for them to go ahead and wipe them out. But they were just staggering. And in the last game, bro, there was no way you could have bases loaded, 1 out, and take them out at home. Yeah, and then it repeats itself in the next freaking inning. Like, no way, homie,
it's like they say, because everybody was on the edge. Everybody was on the edge because they should have been out. They should have been out in the last game. But, hey, it's who wants it most.
Yeah, who wanted? They had a good fight, homie. These vatos weren't giving up, and then that vato, what was his name, Rojas?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
cracked the thing and the home run, and then they kicked it off, and like
And then Smith came and took the last one.
they did good, homie. But I expected the Blue Jays to really put it on them, dog, because that team is good, homie.
Well, Guerrero Jr., man, that guy, man, he's good.
They're good, homes. At the end, I believe that double play had to do with that bat.
Yeah.
It had to do with the bat. And it's your defective product. You know what I mean? Not that I wanted them to win. I want the Dodgers to win. But, you know, they had to come back to tie up and then go another inning, you know. Pero, hey, congratulations to them. I ain't no hater,
You know, I mean, can you imagine going to a World Series and having won one in 30 years, and you're right there at the tip?
Part shares of the prison industry and all that good stuff, you know, all that bad stuff. But, you know, regardless of the matter, they donate it. They do represent the raza at times, you know, and they get gente to participate. So, saludos to them, you know what I mean? Other than that, the ice raids are still jumping off. Everything's been pushing. Hey, have they been out there, little man?
Well,
In Colton?
you know what? Not in Colton, but San Bernardino. But
That's right, huh?
that was when it was first jumping. I haven't seen any or heard any about it in a while.
Yeah.
But they're out there still.
You know, I know when we were younger, you know, you would get your clown on when we were kids, and, you know, you would hear these words, La Mira.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's like, it's the truth. You know, you were used to it to go run or whatever, you know, not us, but you would see the gente, you know, to go run. And we lived across the street from Cerritos, and Cerritos was Strawberry Fields, right, little man?
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember they would come, they would rate those places, you know? And now it's a little bit different. The tactic is a little bit different, but thoughts and prayers are with the whole raza out there that's fighting these cases, you know? May you find peace and understanding and guidance to get you out of that situation, whether you get your papers or you don't, or you get transferred or whatever the case might be. You know, I know it's a tough one, but keep pushing. Don't give up. As much as you wanted to be out here, just like our familias, and you got to go through the same procedure, you know? Our families went through it, huh, little man?
Yeah, but, you know, the thing is, you know, they were out there taking kids, you know.
Yeah.
Why take the kids, you know? I mean, and separating them from their own families, you know, that's kind of hard.
That's hard. It wasn't like that before.
No,
I mean,
no.
the tactic was different.
Way different.
They would just go chase you down. And I remember, from what I recall, there were skinny gabachos
Yeah, yeah.
running after the paisas. I remember, dog, the paisas running, dropping all the strawberry crates y a correr, güey, you know?
Yeah.
Now it's different. Now I don't know. I think they tend to let their guard down. Back then, I remember the paisas would run. Remember, little man?
Yeah.
They would run. I don't know how you let these vatos oversized weight, chubby fools catch up to these vatos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get it, you know?
I mean, have you seen some of them trying to chase them, and they're catching? These guys are way overweight and catching them, you know?
Yeah, catch them. I don't get it, you know? But thoughts and prayers to them, and corran, way. And when I pull up to the flower places and all that, like, hey, wait. And I tell them in Spanish, si miras un carro así, wooty woot, better run, fool. No te quedes ahí de menso, güey. I tell them like that, little man.
You know what? I was surprised that they didn't start sweeping people at at the parade.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what I was thinking, you know?
That's what I was thinking too. But, you know, the only thing I seen was there was these black guys, 3 of them, snatching chains off people. And they got caught.
Yee.
They got caught.
By the juras or the gente?
By the Jura.
Oh, man. Yeah, they probably called it in. Everybody, hey, got for these fools out there on here. And they thought they could get away, and they got snatched up. just for
Yeah.
a few grams of gold, you know? And you know it's a trip. Most of the gente nowadays, they have fake chains on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'll tell you one thing, like I told you, little man, before, I would wear a fake chain, homie.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna wear a real one, homie. Maybe at a birthday party, a
Yeah.
family function, but out there in the guys, no. Not back then. You know, back then I would have like 150 grams of gold on my neck on a rope.
You know, the way things are nowadays, people are going to do anything to come up.
Yeah.
You know, walk by, snatch what you got.
Yeah. What's up, Michelle? Everybody's tuning in. Everybody say, "Q, little man."
What's up,
Said,
everybody?
Saludos. Look at that. We got little man in the house now. That's right. That's right. Holding it down out here at the Rockin Chicano show. That's my partner, good friend. And, you know, he had a little time off, taking care of his health. And speaking of your health, how you feeling, fool?
I'm doing all right. You know, I just got to go see the doctor on the 12th for my stomach, a little, you know, stomach problem. But other than that, my liver and kidney, I'm doing good. Only thing is I'm worried about is my potassium real high, and they gave me some medicine because they're afraid that I might catch a heart attack because my potassium being too hard. So I'm trying to lower it. I take some blood tests and make sure it's going down. But
That's right.
other than that, I'm doing all right.
How's and so the rest of your health is okay?
Yeah.
How do you lower your potassium?
They give me some what's it called? Potassia. It's a powder drink, and I mix it with some Gatorade or orange juice or something, and I drink it.
That's right, homie. Well, at least you're back. You're back into the seat, homie.
Yeah.
We ride, homie. But anyways, what's today's message, Alfred? What are we talking about today?
Oh man, are we ready? Are we ready for this?
Are we ready, little man? What are we talking about today, little man?
Talking about. Hey, little man.
You call it, little man.
Little man, you've been out and about, bro, just taking vacation, bro. You call it, bro.
Oh, no. I'll let you do it, Alfred. I'll let you do it because if I call it, no, I can't do that because then my call will be like way out there in left field, you know? It might be, it wouldn't be a message. It would be like, watch it,
I think understanding. I learned something last week in understanding the people close to you. That kind of gave me an awakening. Meaning, you just never know who your true friends are.
It's just like the saying, real recognize real.
Yeah.
And it's simple as that, And if you can't see who's real and who's not, then hey, you better open up your eyes or go see the eye doctor.
I think there was we had an event, as you guys know, and little man was coming and the whole family was coming. Everybody came, huh, little man?
Yeah.
Everybody came. And they ended up shutting down the show, and they called it what was it, little man? A threat to tourist
attraction.
And I want to thank every single one of you guys that went out there. I apologize if you guys expected it to go on till 12. They shut it down at about 10:30. A guy ended up crashing his car outside, right, little man?
Yeah.
He was hopping, and everybody was out there. And man, I think they wanted us to hire the Metro PD. I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, to watch, yeah.
To watch inside and to walk and whatever. But when there was everything was shutting down and an incident took place, a situation, and I don't speak certain things, which I refuse. Little man don't speak like that. But when the situation really gets hard and tense, who's gonna have your back. You know who's gonna be there. You know who's not gonna be there. You know who's gonna really um, support you. And little man and his whole family end up supporting my family, even my son Benjamin. And those things, sometimes you guys don't have people that you guys really don't associate with that much, pero a la hora de la hora se ponen las pilas, and they're there to support you 1,000, even if it's picking up trash, whatever the case might be. And when I went home, when I went back to the hotel, I couldn't stop thinking of how people really looked out for me and my family. And we were very grateful. I couldn't stop thinking. My family wouldn't stop speaking about it, because it's not that, how do you say it? It's not like that we don't look out for people. Me and my family always looks out for people, regardless of the matter. We always do. But when it comes back to you, you take it a little bit more personal because you're always there for everybody. But when it came down to us, I felt like a little brother with my family. Like, yeah, that's right, And I was very grateful and I was very thankful, And all night and all morning, I didn't even really go to sleep. And the next day we had to go to a picnic, and we had spent all this money, thousands of dollars, and thank God we were able to break off even, Jesse, everybody that participated just had our back 1,000%. And it was like, man, when it came down to the nitty gritty and the rubber meets the road, you're going to know who your true friends are. You're going to know who's really going to be there for you and who's not going to be there for you. And that really blew my mind. I couldn't sleep at night, You can't really leave your trailers out there by themselves when you're in Vegas, because that Saturday unto Sunday is where they really take off with the ranflas, you know what I mean? They claim the insurance frauds. They do all kinds of stuff. But I don't leave my trailer out there, so I was in the truck just knocked out, and, I was just right there thinking and looking at the sunset come up, and I was like, man, we're in a whole different town. We made a big statement, and God dang it, my homeboys, my family, they had my back into whatever decision we took, And you got to respect that, and you got to really analyze that. And in reality, I want to be honest. Sometimes when you're out there and you're living your life and you're doing you and you're hustling, you're moving, you're doing this, and don't forget about your friends and your family. Turn around, hey, what's up? ¿Qué hubo? Hey, ¿qué onda, homie? ¿Cómo estás? Stop by, hey, what's up, homie? Because you just never know when is the last time they're going to be there for you. Not meaning that you're going to do them wrong or things fall out of place. I'm meaning like they could really pass away, gente are dying left and right, And to be there for you or your family and your loved ones, and to really support you in everything and anything that you say or you want them to do, or like, hey, homie, we're going to have this, and they show up, and it's like, man, that's love. That's major respect. And we're always doing that. Me and my family, we do that so much. But when it came back to me and I got phone calls from my homeboys and this and that, I was like, damn, like they really, it felt good. And I couldn't sleep. I felt real, real good, And cherish the ones that are close to you, and be blessed, because you just never know, you have them 1 minute and the next minute they're gone, And I know I stay a distance from my family, from my sisters and all that. And she ended up calling the day of the event. And I was like, whoa, because we really don't speak. I don't like drama. I hate putting up with my nieces and nephews. I don't put up with that crap. I'm being honest, And either you respect me or you don't. And if you don't, then that's fine. You know, when my sister had called me during the show, right before cracking the show, like, whoa, wait, what's up? You know, I felt good. I felt happy because the moves that we were doing, we were making a big statement, and everybody was on board and one mind and one accord. And we were down to roll like this big old boulder was coming, like get out the way or get run over, you know? And I was leading the pack, and it felt real good, you know? Big saludos, big shout outs to Gloria, you know? Having my son's back, I'll never forget that, homie. Little man, without a doubt, fool, you know? My homeboys that called, Nadine, Jesse, everybody, Rusty, everybody, homie. Big shout outs to all you guys.
And we're not forgetting about you to Norma.
Norma was in the side. She was rolling with the punches. You know, she was in the side. And big saludos and big shout outs to you too, Norma. You're always there. I don't forget you guys helped me out at Pomona. Like, god dang, you know, brought us food, everything. And that's a blessing when it comes down to us, you know. The phone calls, everybody concerned, you know. Thank you guys so much, you know. It was a banger. It was real good, and it was so good that we spoke with an individual. We're going to be supporting Lowrider Magazine. Next year, we're going on tour with them. And Louis, gracias. Everybody that's been opening up doors for all of us. Hey, thank you guys. And, you know, we're going to help. We're going to push. I called you up right away, little man, about the news, you know?
Yeah.
So we're getting, we're getting a little van. Less gas, vámonos, pack up some medals on there, and we're good to go hit the shows, you know. Pero just cherish the people that are around you, you know. Be blessed, because you just never know when the Lord's gonna take them. And lately, I've seen a lot of people passing, you know, and be thankful and grateful, you know. Right, Alfred?
100%, man. Hey, it reminds me. I know sometimes, you know, we don't want to get into the Bible thumping thing, man, but it reminds me of that one story, Elijah and Elisha. Remember?
Yeah.
And that was a faithful story, man. It just shows you not only the friendship, it shows you the companionship. You know, somebody that's mentoring you. You know, so imagine how many people has taken Anthony to be mentored by, or even that you. I hear you all the time when you bring people in here and you're like mentoring them. Hey, let me speak to you some game. Remember, you're telling them, you're mentoring them, right?
Yeah.
And so that is what it's all about. You know, as a community, as raza, as gente, we need to be able to, you know, spit game, mentor one another. And so in the Bible, it talks about that. It talks not only about the mentorship, the companionship, this, you know, being spiritual, helping out in the hardest, toughest moments. You showed up, you know, like your friend showed up, you know, and that's what it's all about. And so as you were talking, man, I was just reflecting on that, you know, from the biblical perspective, you know.
Yeah, it's a blessing to know that you have some good friends around you. Like, dang it, homie, you like certain things I don't speak, and we refuse to speak because we don't speak like that, right, little man?
Yeah.
We don't speak about those things, certain issues or whatever, you know. I mean, we're from the Cayos, and we're not here on YouTube and the
Those are
YouTube.
certain things you don't talk about.
Yeah, we're not here to speak on other men and bash them like the way the YouTube yard does it. And, you know, we just speak facts. We talk truth, you know what I mean? And we talk about the things that we've been through so it could help you out. Feed me, man. Go expand it and go take it to your territory and be a better person, a better mentor, a better individual to escalate in life. You know what I mean?
I just want to say something real quick. David R. Flores, he must remember something because he says he was the first one to pick you up after you got out of prison. So he must know something, Holmes.
Yeah. Well, they know.
Because you remember that?
Yeah, he's
in my
that's
Red
true,
Baron.
He had a Red Baron convertible full of dope and strap cuetes. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep, all day long.
Oh my God. Oh, little man, you ain't right, fool.
That was just the way it was then.
No, dog, I get it. Jump in, fool. I'm parole, homie. I was just out on parole and jump in and I'm like full of straps and dope and I don't know. Like, right, little man?
Yep.
I'm like, oh man. Get some peace. What's up, homie? Pistear, dog, hey, homie. Like, nah, little man, I'm gonna
He had his head straight though.
I'm gonna chill, dog. Like, you said it on, like, all right. And that was a trip. What was it? LeBaron convertible?
Yeah, a Chrysler LeBaron convertible.
Was it red? Wasn't it?
Red, yep.
Hijo de su.
I don't like red, but I got a deal on it, so hey, it got me around.
Straight rolling through the one-ways, bro. Straight rolling through the one-ways.
Changing stereos and amp every other week.
Yeah, man. But that's true, David. Yeah, but it's a blessing to know that you got good friends like that. Everybody, Sal, Cisco, everybody that called in and hey, Holmes, you okay, carnal? Everybody, big saludos, big shout outs, all the rest of the homeboys and my sister, everybody calling in. Hey, thank you guys. We made a big statement at the Lowrider weekend. The Super Show was there, and right when it ended, we still went and go pay respects to Richard and all them at the Super Show. They called me up and they said, well, thank you for at least giving us the props and understanding where we're at and where we stand at, Excuse me. And I apologize to Pepe Marquez, what's his name's manager, disrespected him. Man, it was a whole desmadre in the green room, homie, If I didn't have a contract, I would have grabbed that fool and threw him out. But it comes with the territory, some things you could prevent, some things you can't. And Pepe Marquez, I owe you one. You're gonna be coming up on stage in the next one that I have. And man, that manager was disrespectful, little man.
Yeah.
He ended up telling me you can't be here. I don't care who you are. And like Pepe Marquez, I never in my life have I been disrespected. And when I called him up, you better get down here. He goes, no, if I go down there, I'm going to freaking deal with this vato. I'm like, nah, man, And I grabbed that vato's manager, and I showed him the text. And who in the hell? This is where, the homies, everybody comes into play. Like, okay, we have this on lock, But when you do an event at that magnitude, you have to understand that things are gonna go wrong. Keep your composure, keep your cool. Your friends and families are gonna be there. Joe and Bernadette, gracias. I know you got a lot of heat for it, but next year it'll be a better show. We planning to go take it to Rio Casino. That's where we're working at it right now. And big gracias to everybody, the DJ. The vendors, man, everybody that came, that drove out there, Cuvo Mike, and just everybody that drove out there with their trailers or their familias, and they came and supported. It was just stupid pack, little man. Yeah. Right before they shut it down, there was too many cars trying to come in, and a car had crashed in the corner, hopping, and like, oh man. But all in all, you realize who your friends are. You realize and you understand who's going to have your back at those hard times. And big gracias to everybody. Big gracias to you, little man. Looking out, fool.
I always told you, 113% from the gate.
Just the only thing your red LeBaron wasn't there, fool.
Oh, man.
But big saludos to everybody. Everybody that came up, man, there were so many people that came up and, hey, what's up, Anthony? Rockin Chicano, Cuba. And I was trying to host the show, but trying to guide things at the same time, man, Then Candyman showed up, Pop Locker against another
one from San Diego.
Pop locking. And Sugar Bear showed up, Pocahontas showed up, and that guy um, Aguilar's son, Pepe Aguilar's
Yeah.
son. What's his name?
Um,
Emiliano Aguilar. You gotta
Yeah.
say his name right because he gets mad.
oh yeah.
Tio Huesos finally showed up. Tio Huesos is another fool. Firme vato. We finally got to speak. You know what I mean? Over the matter of the Aliado show. You know, and he told me the fine. When I told him the money, see, when you have an investment, it's always good to try to negotiate with other promoters. Don't jump the gun. Just keep it cool, keep it mellow, you know. And if it is his location, you give him his props and then try to negotiate. But when you don't and you want to be greedy like that, then you got to pay more. When I told him the number, how much we paid for it, little man, his jaw dropped, and he's like, they paid twice as much as what we paid for.
Yeah.
I said, that's the reason why these Euro Americans, European Americans, you have to work with them like that,
Yeah.
They need us more than we need them, when it comes down to these shows or whatever. You have to work it. You have to finesse it and to the lowest bid. And I explained that to them that we'll help you with the Aliado show. We'll cover the insurance. We'll cover the security. Just don't charge us because we ain't charging at the door. This is out of our pocket, And they said, no, the lowest we could go is this number. They hit me kind of low, They hit me kind of low. I'm not going to say how much because I don't want them to try to come back and try to sue me or anything. But they hit me under 20, That's how much as I could say under 20. And they hit them over 20.
Dang.
And I'm like, hey, Holmes, you know what I mean? That's why you got to negotiate. You got to hustle it, homie, And we made that show crack. So he bounced out, and me and him were speaking and talking for a little while. I said, well, Holmes, welcome on board, Holmes. If I need you, I'll call you, and we could work something out. And like, hey, thank you so much. So it was cool that I got to connect with a lot of individuals. You just never know when you need it, little man?
Yeah. Yeah.
But all in all, it went good, But you just never know when that opportunity comes, and treat everybody with respect and treat everybody firme. After that, the phone call came in, and we were speaking with Louis and everybody from Long Beach. So we're gonna be backing them up. And as I don't know if you guys heard, but Lowrider sold to Raza. So that's a good thing, to begin with. And let's see where it goes. Pray that everything falls into place. And I don't play that racist card, but right now it's like we need Raza to really come together, for what's taking place, and not pass certain things where it's gonna the White House has certain rules and regulations for their plans for the next 5-10 years to cleanse everything up and make it sabana, make it gabacho.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they don't hire Congress. And the lady that's trying to run for Congress in Arizona, she still hasn't been elected. So, and she won already. She hasn't been sworn in. So, it kind of sucks in the situation that we're in right now. Pero with everybody's help, with everybody coming together, no animosity, no division, wise up, get straight, focus on what's taking place, because it could be you or your familia next, homie, Oh, we can't, we're Americans. Yeah, but anything could happen, homes. Knowing these vatos, if they've broken all these laws, and they've broken so many laws, les vale madre. And to them, it don't matter. They still won't accept you, even if you think that you're gabacho. and you're married to a gabacha, it still doesn't matter, you know. To the nitty gritty, you still brown, homie, you know. So at these times is when we really need to come together and make a difference, you know. Work with your fellow brother and work with your fellow sister and open up some roads, homie, you know. Come together, right, little man?
That's it. Help one another.
You helped out your sister yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog. They were out there slinging, homie, slinging food. Hell yeah, that's right, little man. Happy for you guys. You know, it just feels good because if they could make it happen and open up a little restaurant, because Gloria can cook.
Oh yeah.
She can cook, you know, and I hope and pray that one day they could open up a female little restaurant and we could blow it up, you know. And we wish people like that the best always, you know. And when she makes food, she ain't greedy. You know, this last week, I've been watching this vato in Norwalk Post. Hey, come in, you know, I'll be here this day, I'll be here that day. And he's always right there on Firestone and Studebaker, I think. And I decided to go support. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, you know. And I know most of the time, vatos that don't live here, they come from out of the city. Still, I give them the benefit of the doubt, you know. So I go pull up on them on Saturday, like, hey, what's up, homie? Hey, ¿qué onda? Hey, you know, I seen you on Facebook, homie. A ver los. ¿Tienes tamales? You have tamales or tamalitos? And he pulled out the tamalito. I go, all right, let me have one. And I go, it says right here, you got burritos. He goes, yeah, for $2.50. And he pulls it out, and it was like a Fruit Loop, homie, that thin.
Pinner.
Yeah, dog. I was like, nah, homie, ¿qué es esto, güey? You know? And he's like, it looked like a Fruit Loops, you know, when the real thin ones.
They're appetizers, bro.
That thin, dog. I go, no manches, güey, $2.50. I go, you know what you should do? Is charge $5, double it up, and you save one tortilla.
Yeah.
And you round it off. See, that's business. When you round it out to the nearest 5 or the 10 or the 0, the 5 or the 0, it's easier than to try to break the dollar.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier. You know, it's that $10. And I said, man, you could make at least a small burrito out of the $5. $10 make you a good little decent one, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, pues así lo vendo. That's how I sell it for $2.50. And like, man, homie. And all that he did, I opened it up, and all he did was just dab it like a peanut butter. You know, like,
So
man.
he did. He just.
I'm like, man, you know,
Spread it. Just a little spread.
You know what? I'm not talking smack, homie.
No, claro.
It was just a tortilla. I'm like, this is bull crap, homie. Yeah. That's why we don't get no freaking support around here. You know what I mean? Like, God dang, homie, come on, dog. At least, you know, make a good little decent size, sell it for $5-10. You know what I mean? And get it, and save yourself 3 tortillas out of that. You know, but you know, he'd rather sell a tortilla at $2.50, $5. All right, and it's
So
just
basically, you're just getting a tortilla.
That's all you were getting, dog. I've never seen it you know.
And a spoon.
Yeah, I was like, man, what is it? And it was this big, dog. That big, I swear. And I was like, oh, man, this is about to scandalous. But, you know, props and shout outs to the people that really get down and, you know, and serve it and try to get it going so they could get a little establishment because it takes a lot, homie. You know, it takes a lot. And I feel for the people, for the vendors. I feel for them too, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just don't like it when you're a vendor, a taco stands next to you, you want to stand right in front of it. Like, man, they're paying for all the health department stickers and everything, and you're over here vida loca. But
it was just like yesterday at the parade. We pulled up. My sister just started cooking. Like an aroma just went. Everybody started turning around. Like, oh, you selling hot dog? Yeah. And right away, it just came together. We just pulled up, parked, and started going.
That's right. That's the way to do it. You know what I mean? If you don't get the hustle, if you don't push it, then you won't get the support. You know. And I pray that everybody does get a little hustle, a little support, a little bit of push. That way, you guys could we could all grow. You know, right, little man?
That's it. You know.
But
I enjoy helping my little Carnala. When it comes down to it, hey, love to help her out. You know what I mean?
they know how to cook, huh, little man?
Yeah,
Who taught them how to cook?
my heifer.
Or your heifer used to cook?
Oh, hey, my heifer. I used to be in Norwalk. I used to be at my tia's pad on Nava and Clarkdale. And when I'd go, my heifer would not let me leave the pad until I ate. You know,
That's right.
and that's all she did. She made sure we ate. I'm pedal pulling up, and she wouldn't let us leave until we ate.
That's right. Pete, what's up, Pete? What's up, Shrimp? He says, I'm always on the hustle.
What's up, Peter? Get over. Where you been at?
We've been hiding that, homie.
I
break
know
bread,
you
fool.
still. I know you still out there trying to work out there, but hey, homies. Oh, it'll happen, homies. I know what you're going through, but it'll happen, homies. Give it that time. Don't get frustrated. Just keep your hustle going. It'll happen.
It's to keep through, chafu. Don't let vatos near you, homie. Right, little man?
Yeah.
Don't let people near you, fool. What's wrong with you, homie? Pura cabila, fool. Lorraine Fernandez. What's up, Lorraine?
What's happening, Lorraine?
We love Little G. That's right.
That's right.
Peter says, I'm getting recoveries from all these surgeries.
That's right, homies. That's what I said. I know what you're going through, homies.
Chris Celaya, what's up, big dog? Mongo's in the house, he says.
Sal Rodriguez, cool.
That's right, that's right. Everybody's tuning in. That's right. Who else is on here? Front Street Classics, Mike, Cubo Mike. What's up? Look at Cubo Mike. Hey, Cubo Mike pulled up to Vegas in his Ramfla.
Yeah.
He didn't drive it. He traded that thing. But he pulled up. That's right. Everybody was pulling up. That's right. But big saludos to everybody that, Denver Chicano, what's up, homie? How you been, big dog?
Marlene, what's up,
Sanchez? What's
Sanchez?
up, man? I was hoping you would go, Marlene. We were all waiting for you over there. We're like, man, she's going to finally show up to one of the shows. Happy birthday to your sister Nadine and your jefita, Annabelle. That's right. Stephanie Flores.
Hello, Kyo.
Sophia Flores. What's up, Sophia? Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, it's Nadine's birthday?
Yeah, today her and my mom's.
Today's Nadine's birthday?
Yeah.
What's up, homie? That's right. Happy birthday. My birthday's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
My birthday is November
16th.
16th. Solo Wolo, homie. I'm going to go party.
Lorma's is too. Hers is the 15th.
The 15th of November?
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do?
I don't know. Waiting. I don't know what the heck. Waiting to come down.
Ah, man. That's
What's up,
back to
Frank?
back. Frank, what's up, man? Old Rocky from the Diamond Bar, homie. What's up, man? And we're like, man, we got to get out of here. But I love Arizona, but I was focused on Vegas. This is like, I got to get out of here. I got to take care of my stuff and bounce rock, roller skate, Volos, Hale was pretty good. It's just Arizona is just different. It's a blessing. We made a little feria. We squintear, got ready, and we headed out to Vegas. Man, imagine that. From Arizona to Vegas. Oh, man, that was a drive. The kids were all like, man, we got to get out of here, you know?
Was it hot or no?
No, it was okay, dog. It's just focus and financially focused for Vegas. You know, like you didn't have time to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Let's just go.
Like a hit and run.
Yeah, hit and run, you know, and
Gotcha.
then what's her name was trying to talk to us, and I'm like, hey, you know what? We end up taking off the volada.
What's up, Tiny?
What's her Marnette?
Oh.
Marnette, she's all like, hey, you guys, you know, like we end up taking off early in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, we dispense out, and we're gone, you know, and I just had to get ready for Vegas, you know. I was just
Focus.
gotcha, homie, because we're going against some big dogs. We're going against France Hops, Torres Empire. These guys, they got fed, homie. These people got money, dog. I don't got money like that, homie. I mean, I could get investors like that, but, you know, why get the investors when they expect something and we could just go ahead and pull it off ourselves, you know?
Right.
Where is Rose? Rose is at home today, but we have a little man here riding on the seat.
Shotgun.
Shotgun. Adelina Celia. What's up? Yeah, so she's at the Cantona Send her a message. Feed me. She was Saturday. She went to the show. She hit and run. She was on stage for a little bit, and then she ended up going back to her place, do the other shows, and we just finished packing up, and that's it. But she'll be back. She'll be back. Jimmy Mac. Oh, look it.
Tiny.
Tiny. What's up, Tiny? That's right. I mean, his son's growing, homie. His son's growing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tiny's.
Yeah, that's right. He takes pride in his son, dog.
Yeah.
Tiny takes pride. You know, I seen Tiny in Laughlin one year, a while back. And what's up, homie? And he didn't recognize me. Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, lazy, you know? He takes a lot of pride in his son. He does those programs, the NA programs and all that, and everything that he speaks is positive.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was
It was desmadroso.
he was fighting cancer for a while, and he
Yeah.
beat it, man. So
Yeah,
much,
he
much
was.
love to you, Tiny.
That's right, Tiny. And one thing I did notice about him is that he takes pride in his son. Like his son is his pride and joy. I believe, little man, that individuals like that, Holmes, they get a second chance in life.
Yeah,
Third chance, fourth chance. But it's not about the first, second, or third. Maybe the fourth time around when you really notice that, man, the blessings of God are for reals.
yeah. I mean, and I've known this dude for years. I mean, I grew up with him. I mean, used to be at my heifer's pad all the time, and excuse me, I know what he went through.
Yeah.
And homie, he come a long,
Came
long,
a long
way.
way. He used to hang around with Moscow and all them and riding around and like
Yeah,
pulling up at Barnwell and at Shorty's pad and you know the old evil days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pero
back. Let me put it to you. Back in the old one-way days, that's
Yeah.
just plain and simple. Ain't nothing like that, and never will be nothing like that back in the days.
yeah. And I've noticed that people like that, individuals like that, don't like it's a trip, little man, Alfred, because this guy had a lot of chances.
Yeah,
But it's that one time where he had an opportunity in life and he snatched it.
Yeah.
And he ran with it. He didn't never turn back, you know? And it's unfortunate that some of our homeboys, some of our friends and loved ones go through the same process but refuse to accept the blessing and go back to their ways and go back to the ways.
yeah.
And unfortunate, some of them didn't make. A lot of them didn't make it, you know. But with Tiny,
When he grabbed it,
he grabbed
he
it.
grabbed it. He didn't
Yeah.
let go of it. He kept going. And you know that, Tiny, like you said, we're familia.
Yeah, and he takes pride in his son. And I noticed this, that when I seen him and he was interested in his son and putting a smile on his son than to sit there and chop it up with me or anybody else, not even his family, whatever. He was too busy with his son. I was able to pull back and just analyze the whole thing and like, man, only if people really would have seen the way he was and how
Yeah,
he is
exactly,
now,
yeah.
it's like, damn, homie, you know. And my wife's like, you all right? And I don't speak to my wife too much about certain things, little man, you know that,
Yeah.
you know. I was just like, nah, it's just a mind blower, you know. She goes, what do you mean? I go, my homeboy, you know what I mean? He's with his son, you know, and you never seen that with him. You never, man, I'll be honest, homie, I'll keep it real. No disrespect to you, Tiny. I thought it was gangster, homie. Oh, man, he was just horrible,
Always,
you know?
we used to get
Yeah, dog.
we used to get lit up. I mean,
Yeah, dog. He ready for the next holly. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you're used to seeing people like that you thought that they would never change. It's like, and I know he probably looks at us like, I thought you guys would never change, you know? But when you see that, and we were at Laughlin, and he was right there on the beach with his son, and they were playing ball, and he was throwing them in the water, and like his whole world evolved around that blessing.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, man, you know, like nobody could really see and understand where he came from. I can, you know, but watching that little man, Alfred, I was like, I gotta be like that with my kids. I gotta be more serious about the blessing and play with them, enjoy them, comfort them, surround them, put their arms around them, and let them know that the evil world that we knew and we partake, they should never have a taste of that as long as they live, as long as I live, you know, as long as we live. And that made me realize a lot of things, little man, that day. I was like, man, only if they knew. And look at them, man. It's like, jeez. So I walked over with my kids and I started playing with them, which I always do, you know what I mean? But like, I took it a little bit more serious. I was like, you know what? This Vato, he's enjoying his blessing. I got to do that. I got to keep on doing that. And that was a mentorship to me, you know, because we were all horrible, but he was horrible, you know?
I mean, we all had our horrible ways.
Yeah.
Not the same. We all had different horrible ways.
Yeah.
You know?
And we should have been dead. But then he got sick.
Believe me, I know.
You know, and then you got sick. And I went away. So it was like everybody had a default. Everybody had a downfall, a timeout, you know, and to sit there and really enjoy the blessings that God has gave you, homie. That's props, homie, because that's only like, people won't understand, homes, unless you've been there, dog. And if you know that person is like, if he could do it, if he could walk that walk, if he could talk that talk, hey, we could do it too, you know? The one thing that I like about him, he'll put out like scriptures and positive things, but you disrespect him, he's gonna come at you.
Oh, yeah.
Like that old gangster in him hasn't changed. It's buried deep down inside of him.
But it's there.
It's there, but he surrounds himself around positive, godly people, you could tell. And he's all about the NA and, you know, sponsorship of this and that. And, hey, Holmes, you know what? If that program's working for you, saludos, homie, because nobody really knew the way he was. And we do, you know. But we're able to analyze that now. And saludos to you and your whole familia, homie, you know. And that may your son grow up to be somebody big in life, homie, you know, that he could turn back and one day say, hey, my jefito was the one that sheltered me, protected me, and guided me. And he was my best friend and all that good stuff, dog, because that's a blessing from God, dog, that we shouldn't be alive. And we have kids and we're raising them and feeding them, you know what I mean? So, saludos, homie. Right, little man?
That's right.
Lorraine, our home is supposed to be our sanctuary where the show our kids love. The hugs and the words, I love you, our kids need to hear and know we are proud of them, Lorraine. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Lorraine. We always do, man. We always have to motivate them and pick them up. But that's one thing about Tiny. Right, little man?
Yeah.
Dang, it was crazy, homie. Kiko, suit.
Yeah.
Al, Tiny, Pancho. Oh, man, the whole pack, huh?
So many.
Yeah, and a lot of them are resting in peace already. But it's good to know that we still got homies that are out there doing good and positive and pushing and creating new memories with their familias, and that's what we gotta do always, you know. You're always with your sister, huh?
Yeah, always.
You're always road dogging it, huh?
Yeah.
And Nadine too, right?
Yep.
Nadine looked good on last Saturday. She was okay. She looked, you know. She says, it was those damn pills the doctor gave me. Well, I mean, what else are we supposed to give? I mean, you know, what is the doctor supposed to give you? You know what I mean? Just pills, you know, you got to help you out, homie, you know. A lot of times we don't want to take certain things, but we have to, you know, and we have to take care of ourselves because we ain't getting no younger. We're getting older, you know what I mean? Edward Garcia, Rockin Chicano, seen you having breakfast at Fantastics the other day. Yeah, I was having breakfast there by myself. My truck started tripping, so I took it to Louis from Old Memories right there at Georgia Chevrolet, and they always take care of me there. So if you guys need repairing your vehicle, look for Louis. Ask for Louis at George Chevrolet. He take care of all your needs, man. Right there, they do oil change, and I need an air filter and oil change, and I had gone to Arizona and Vegas, and then I had gotten an oil change before, but I put in about 1,300 miles on it within a week. So we're like, hey, you know what? Just change the freaking oil again, homie. You know. We were the three dudes sitting right when you walked in, left next to the window. Oh, yeah, I seen you guys. Big boys. You guys were some big boys, I remember. Big old dudes.
Shout out, Edward.
Yeah, big old dudes. Yeah, I remember. You were on the left, and I just walked in and had a little... I've been laying low on the food, so I just have an egg omelet, and they throw the hash brown, and I can't really eat the hash brown, so eat the omelet with some avocados and all that stuff. And just, I got to take care of my health. I'm getting older, you know what I mean? Right, little man? Jimmy, Max says, gracias, I appreciate that, and I'll be watching both of you from a distance. Much love and respect.
I don't know. Same here, Tiny.
That's right, Tiny. And hey, Tiny, you're in the, where is he at, dog? NA or NA?
NA.
Where you at, Tiny? NA or AA, homie? I think NA, right?
He's NA.
He's NA, yeah. He's helped out a lot of gente, you know. I'm Rudy's brother, crossing enemies line. Oh, what's up? Yeah, that's right. That's right, Rudy. Rudy's familia, that's right. Yeah, so where's Tiny from? NA?
Yeah, he's with NA.
NA, that's right. Hey, you get a lot of support out of those things, right?
Yeah.
NA, AA. I remember my canal took me to an AA meeting. No, it was I think an AA meeting. And they're like, yeah, my name is John. I'm an alcoholic. Yeah, my name is Pedro. I'm an alcoholic. And it came to me, right? And my name is Anthony. I used to be an alcoholic, drug addict.
Everybody clapped. Yay!
Everybody looked at me. You used to. You still are, young man. You know, you're like, nah, Charlie, homie, I don't crave it no more, dog. I can't, homie.
My days, mine were court ordered, and I'd go there drunk anyways.
You said you a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, what they're gonna do is send me back to jail. You know what I mean?
Hey,
But
break
I
it down,
knew-
little man. What do you mean court order, dog?
Yeah, back in the days, the judge would order you to go, and you'd have to get up in and have them sign it. But I knew gente that worked there, so they would sign it for me, and I was gone. You know?
A hit and run.
Yeah, as long as I sent that went back to court
Yeah.
and gave the judge the paper signed by somebody that worked there,
Yeah.
I was good.
They still do that court order?
Yeah, they do. Don't now they have a where you got to go in front of a like a court order judge or something. It's called court something. Where you go, yeah, it's a whole lot different.
Not like before?
Yeah, 'cause I even used to forge a signature, the Vato signature.
Yeah. But you had to go over there and listen to the stories, huh?
I'd go maybe once out of a week to sit there, you know, because that's what they do. At least come in and sit in one day. Don't worry, I'll take care of the. I'd go in there, sit there, but I used to go in there pedo already. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sit there.
I remember one time my canal took me to the snake pit. That's right. Right there in Paramount. think it was Paramount. I was high. And I'm like, hey, Holmes, and he was trying to get straight, Hey, just come with me, Holmes, you know what I mean? Like, man, I want to hear these stories, dog. I'm on parole, dog. I'm running amok, I don't want to hear, but he took me to the snake pit. I remember, I think it was AA or NA. I really don't, I do know they work.
Yeah.
They didn't work for me, but I do know they work for gente because I've seen a lot of gente. It does help them out. And when I paroled, he would give me the tapes. That's right. He would give me the CDs. He would give me the CDs and, hey, look, dog, listen to this Vato's testimony. Hey, Holmes, look. I'm like, I'm all right, dog. I'm not going to go back to dope, homie. I'm going to stay sober. Nah, there. And he used to give me all the CDs. That's right.
He said NA.
NA?
Yeah.
Hey, Tiny, they used to give out CDs, right, of gente's testimonies. And he used to give them to me. Hey, just listen to this, homie. And then one of them, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's right. And one of them, if I wasn't mistaken, it was Machete's. Yeah, that's right. It was Machete's testimony on there. I'm like,
okay.
And he used to tell me, hey, Holmes, it works, homie. It works for him. And it worked for his dad, Till this day, Pops is still in one of those programs. And he's been there for years, homie, He's been there for years, and it's helped him out, He don't want to leave. He's a lifer there.
Yeah, that's the only way some people are gonna gasp it.
Yeah.
Is because they know what. If they step back out of it, they already know they're gonna fall.
Jimmy, they got both there at the pit. Oh, okay. You go to the pit. That's in Paramount, right? I think that's in Paramount. That's where he tried to take me. Well, he took me there one time.
Yeah.
All right, they still
do.
Oh, that's right. Those meetings are good. They help out people, homie. We need those kind of programs because you have to.
You got to go in there to want it.
Yeah.
To make it work. If not, if you're going in there just to play, it's not gonna work.
I think here's another thing too, little man, that I've caught and I've grasped and I understood. With these programs, it didn't work for me, right?
Yeah.
But the Apostolic Church worked for me, and they were harder, homie. Now I look back and, man, I should have just stood at the AA or NA, but they those programs do work, and in order for it to work, you really have to want to change first. Second is that individual, you could relate to him. But if you're just a counselor and you don't have no kind of background of living that life,
exactly,
then you're just gonna be like a Dr. Phil.
Yeah, it's like back in the days that a lot of people that were counseling or whatever you want to call them had their degrees and stuff. They just went to school for it, but they never lived it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you can't help somebody if you've never been through it.
Yeah,
that person's not gonna gasp or grab what you're saying because you just went to school and got a certificate to teach it.
Yeah, that's the truth, because you be like a Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And you're trying to speak to it like that child. Catch me outside. With the connection there, first, she's young. Second, that episode I'm speaking about, little man, is where she's calling them back outside, like, hey, catch me outside. And Dr. Phil's trying to counsel her. But it's like Dr. Phil has never been in her shoes or her situation.
All he was a graduate from Harvard. He just earned certificates. He's never been through it. Yeah. And he tries to use the psychology. Yeah. That's what he does.
Yeah, which is good at times, but in reality, if you've never been through the trenches, if you've never been homeless, if you've never been under the influence, if you've never been out there in the calles or really overdosed and done all that, then you can't really relate to those individuals. Paul said, as the weak, I become weak so some may be saved.
Yeah.
could relate to them. Hey man, I feel your pain. I get you. I understand. Hey, I've done this. I've done that. And that's the truth. If you can't relate to individuals, then how are you supposed to communicate with them?
Exactly.
You know, life is hard. Life is very hard. And as the days go by, we lose loved ones, I mentioned earlier that Tiny knows his blessing,
Yeah. Yeah.
so we know our blessing. So we know we're growing in life, but individuals that don't really change or don't have that opportunity to have that change and get stuck in that cycle, and it's just like a merry-go-round.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, when you get time and you do your time and you come back to the same spot where you
Yeah.
were, where you left, you're gonna go back to the same shit.
It's the same cycle.
Yeah,
you know
same.
what I mean.
It
And
goes round and round.
it's not until you really,
Put your mind to it.
before you step into that
Right.
that merry-go-round again.
Yeah,
Like, hey, wait a minute. It's the same trip. It's the same ride. You know what I mean? I need somebody that's with me, that's been through some stuff, and to tell me, hey, Holmes, pull me by the hand.
Yeah.
Like, hey, big dog, there's another ride over here. It's a walkway. We could walk this way where you don't have to go through the merry-go-round no more.
yeah.
Because all it's just doing is just going in circles, and life is short. Let me, hey, don't hold my hand, homie. I'm all right, dog. No, homie. Well, let me pull you by the shoulder, dog. Come on. Like, no, who are you to be telling me that the road is better down there?
It's just like, back in the days when you would go to the parque or something, they had that one thing that spin around and people would jump on it and everybody would push it faster. If you fell off, but you're gonna get back up on it because you're enjoying the ride. You
Yeah.
know, that's what it is. Just a merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round, and eventually you're gonna end up falling off or getting sick from going in circles and not going nowhere. But if the individuals want to push you to a better direction, a better path, what's best for the individual that's been in that merry-go-round to break it down to you, say like, hey, Holmes, look, I fell, I broke my arms, I've done this, I've done that. Let's just go walk down here, and it's the path is better for life, for your life, and and have individuals like that, sponsors, or all these gente that they use for NAAA, or just a mentor. It's good to have, homie. It's good to have, and it's a blessing because you have to come out the heart. You have to come out the heart. You have to come out of just your plain heart to just move them, do them kind of movidas out of just character, homie, out of you, out of your spirit, homie. Because if you don't, then in reality, Holmes, you're just a opportunist, homie. You just, hey, Holmes, in reality, dog, you're just doing this for feria, homie. You ain't really doing it out of your heart, and like you ain't serious about it, and God ain't really gonna bless you like that, dog. This weekend, I went to a show out there in Huntington Beach, and there was a guy there, and he had those monster drinks, energy drinks, and it was called Listo. And it was a funny thing that both business people came up to him, and they were looking at the can, and we just started talking. Man, Holmes, I think you need to do this, you need to do that, and the vato had no schooling whatsoever, dog. And me and this vato, I never met him, and we just started hitting him with everything. We're like, oh, so you own a business too? Yeah, I own a business. And we're just giving game to this individual. This is what you got to do. This is how you got to push it. And this is how you got to market it. And so forth. And he goes, hey, you guys, I'm going to be honest, man. I appreciate everything that you guys are telling me because I have no clue, Holmes, what I'm really doing. I'm just doing the best that I can. And I'm trying, people like you, you know what I mean, that mentoring me through spitting game at me. That's going to be a blessing. I thank you guys. And he started getting all this information and jogging it down, dog, and putting it down. But at the end, I said, cubo to the other business, man. Hey, suerte, Holmes, I'll see you. And then that was it. We all went our separate ways. But to be able to take the time to spit the game to the individual where you've been at and where he's going through, especially if he's Raza, that's the only right thing to do. And don't look at it as a financial gain, like, hey, you know what can I get out of it, and I'm trying to sell the game. No, the game should not be sold. It should be told, But to bump into individuals like that and, come up to you and want to bless you with certain game or spit at you with counsel and advice, that's a blessing, you know what I mean? And I was able to walk away and I'm like, man, I wish gente could have spoke to me back then about business and make wiser decisions.
Yeah.
But we live and learn, and I'm able to explain it to somebody and be real cautious about it now, because if not, then my kids wouldn't understand it. To them, it's just like talking about the Incas, and we could care less, But when you sit there and explain to them, and they could see the outcome or the situation, that's a blessing. You know what I mean? But it's good to have gente like that. Chris says, "Gotta be sick and tired of being sick and tired." NAAANAOP. That's right. What up, Marty? Jimmy, buenas noches, my brother. Little catch you on the next one. Much love, vaqueros. All right, feed me. Leticia, I hope you're feeling better, fool. I seen that you're in the hospital. I don't know what's going on with you, but you got to take care of your health. We're getting older, homie, So please be careful. Everybody that's been sick, getting sick, please take care of your health. You know what I mean? YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for tuning in. This is the YouTube Yarda, where we talk about other vatos, politics, and hide behind the computer. That's got you, huh?
Yeah.
Did you hear that little bit?
Yep.
When we talk about other vatos and we talk about politics level 10 and we hide behind the computer. Jeez. We don't do that, man.
Nah.
We're grown men. You know what I mean? My number's always up. You need to
Cool, that
contact me.
says. You guys know.
What they're doing, Edward says, you guys know what they are doing in the Excelsior Field and grass area? All the construction, they're filming. They're preparing for a film.
Oh, okay.
That's what they said. So it's pretty big. They tore down the whole field.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they put containers in the back, trailers.
Oh, so they're gonna make a movie, something right there.
Yeah, they're gonna be filming for a while. You know what I mean? Becky, you're a blessing to many. No, you guys are a blessing to many. You know what I mean? If you guys don't really take the time and go out of your way. You never get to experience these type of gentes. And you gotta be a blessing. You gotta come out of your heart to do certain things, right, little man?
Yeah.
What a blessing. What else, Alfred? What else, homie? Spit at us, dog.
Bro, no, I was just thinking, no, because earlier we were talking about politics, man. It's true. For the YouTube yarda that they don't get involved in politics, man. Well, just vote consciously. That's all we can say, right? Vote consciously.
Vote yes on 50, homie. Okay, vote no on 50. Vote, just go out.
Go out. Yeah, like you said, man. It's just politics. It could be very slippery slope for a lot of people, right? They don't want to talk about it because they're getting all kinds of information, commercials. It's against Orange Man, and it's against it's against this. It's against, validate. Just think about it.
But just remember, people, there's two different kinds of politics. There's geopolitics and there's American politics. Don't go by the geopolitics. It's a whole different story.
Because you don't fit in there. You don't try to fit in the city.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's a good thing and a bad thing on 50, homie. We're not going to get into it, but it's a good thing and a bad thing, I myself, I don't want to hear it. You're a Trump supporter, this and that. Like, look, Holmes, he don't like raza. That's plain and simple. But I believe that it will affect us in the long run if this 50 passes,
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you mean? I'm not going to break things down, but I'm pretty sure because two corrupt systems can make one right, Pero then again, they want to fight fire with fire and go back at it back and forth. And
Also I know is don't take my food stamps.
Yeah, man. They're taking food stamps. They're taking everything. Today I got a letter, for my insurance that they're cutting back in a lot of things,
Like, no, I got a letter, but I don't take the whatever it is for diet pills. I don't take
Yeah.
that. They said they're not gonna pay for that. So
I think that what they're doing, they're breaking things down where Section 8 and all that. My opinion on this, some people deserve it. Some people have that coming. Little man can't work. Little man
yeah,
can't go out there. So if he has certain things coming, then hey man, he's worked before, so he has some money into his Social
yeah,
Security.
yep,
So it certain people do qualify, but if you're just out there not doing nada and all that, well, come on, dog. It's not right neither. I'm not saying that you just because you have 5 kids, 3, 4 different baby daddy, and you know what I mean. Get at your baby daddy, homie. Go get him on welfare. Go get him on child support. I mean, go do what you have to do. I know it's hard for you, but then at the same token, you could get a holler too, and and get the babysitter for your program or whatever the case might be. But go hustle it. Don't depend on the government. My mom was like that. All government. We were state raised, and um, I had to go qualify for. I had to go apply for my parole conditions. I had to go apply for GR one time, and I felt so embarrassed. I felt like, man, you know what? I work. I could do my things, and I don't receive. And then I explained to the lady, I apologize for. I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong with me with my internal organs or anything like that. I can work. If I was sick, I could understand. I got that coming, but I don't. So please forgive me that I'm here in front of you asking for that help from the parole's condition. She gave me the ferry, I think. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. And she gave me some features or whatever. I don't know. And she goes, here, this will hold you down for a little bit. And that was it. I went to go get a holler right away. But see how I didn't take advantage of that? I didn't stay there and try to get a holler under the table. And I didn't do all that. I knew that I want my blessing. I believe that God sees that when you're able to work and go hustle and then go hustle. Now with all these things and all these hollers, I'm just careful, because my baby's mom was scandalous. She'll come after me and do this and do that, and the homeboy spit a lot of game, and you have to understand how the system works, and I was able to guard myself and protect myself, and but if you have that coming, then you have it coming. If you don't have it coming, you just lazy, then that's a different story, Edward said, Prop 50 passed. Yeah, we knew it would pass. There was a lot of people voting for it,
yeah,
and he used the Donald Trump thing, and I think they're both crazy, Holmes. If you ask me, the governor of California and Donald Trump, they're both crazy, dog. I'll be honest, homie. The governor of California is not for the people, dog. He's for his pocket, homie. Let's just get that straight. Donald Trump is for his pocket. Donald Trump is for the
rich.
The rich, homie. So it's not that the governor really cares about us, dog, because he doesn't. He don't care about California. He don't care about LA, Holmes. He's doing these sanctions on these cities that don't want to open up the hotels and all that for the cities, the homelessness. But yet there's programs, and he refused to go by the program. And if he's so concerned about the homeless, let them live next to your pad, fool. Let them live next to you, homie. Let them live down the street from you. You ain't gonna allow it. You ain't gonna accept it. And he did sue City of Norwalk, but what's a trip is that City of Norwalk has programs for them, Cause they got a program called Hope, and these individuals, you know what I mean, they really go out there. They're pushing for programs for NAAA living in programs. These guys, that's their job, you know. And 3 hotels that were open, the city had already spoken to the owners. 2 said yes and 1 said no, and they went up to the governor and they to the government, and they said, hey, don't ask these people because they ain't gonna allow it. They ain't going for it. Or just because they said no, you know, these people got mad and they wanted to sue the city of Norwalk for them to go take out their license and to fine them and do all these things. Well, he is the owner of the hotel, you know. That's his prerogative, whether or not he wants to let people stay in that are homeless, even though he gets a kick down from the state. You know, it's not up to the city of Norwalk, but the government really took it upon himself to really go and try to sue the city of Norwalk, you know. And he did. And, you know, I felt bad for the mayor because they blasted her whole face. Oh, she ain't for the homeless. And they flipped the whole thing around. But yet they have this program called Hope. And they're always out there, Alfred, little man. They're always in the cars. They're always out there and, you know, helping them and tearing down their places. And, man, Holmes, I trip out on it. No other city has it like that, you know?
The funny thing about it, it's that, you know, under the governor, under the administration, I'm just talking about in general, because if you really pay attention to the governor, I'm telling you, I don't care about the left or right, whatever, red or blue. At the end, you got to look at the policies. And, you know, this guy destroyed San Francisco in 2007.
Yeah.
And he becomes a governor and destroys California.
Yeah.
You know, he's sending fresh water into fresh water into the ocean where here in Southern California, we're having a hard time with fires.
Yeah.
And look at what happened with the Palisades.
Yeah.
You know, between him and Karen Bass says, we're going to remove the red tape. We're going to give permits to everybody really quick. We're going to make it easy. We're going to put them all in one location where you guys can get your permits. Yeah. Up to now, there's only about 2 to 3 properties that are being built as of now. And it's been almost, a year and a half? A year and a half. And so we look at the policies and again, I mean, the way he sells it to the Californians, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. Because at the end, think about it. The truth of the matter is we have a Proposition 50, it's supposedly we can allow Trump, to get away with. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with Trump. It has something to do with a committee, a citizen committee that was created back in 2012 that was going to redistrict the California. And everybody's saying, no, it's about the money. It's about the. It's not about that. It's about removing that committee so they can redistrict. Politicians now can redistrict the voter maps to make it more convenient for the politicians. And guess regardless if this was a Republican, I would have voted no for it. You see what I mean? If it was a Republican or whatever, if it was Trump doing this, I would have voted no for it. And see, you got to look at the policies. Not only that, he invested so much money to promote this thing. Why would you? Why would you invest $250 million of taxpayer funds to promote something? Really, and again, it's just going back to the woods. I know people don't want to get involved with politics, and it's what this is what politicians do. They sell it to you in a way where the masses will follow, and it's an unfortunate thing for all of us as citizens, because at the end, it affects us all. You were talking offline, right? Offline about it, that in the long term, it will affect. It helps them, right? It helps whatever the intention it was. It helps that intention, which is let us control the redistricting of the map because of Texas or whatever. But at the end, it affects us all.
What about the ballroom that he's building in the White House? You don't think that's going to affect any of us in the long run?
Oh, 100%.
Because he's talking about, they're paying for. Nah, I don't think that's going to help. I think it's going to affect everybody else in the long run.
100%. It's 100%. But also,
and then he sent the feria to Argentina.
100. What was it? $60 billion?
$60 billion.
They said that just in case the system goes after him, he'll have a location to stay out there.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna waive everything, but eventually Some people are going to be held accountable for what took place. Right now, times are getting a little tougher, a little hard.
Yeah.
I do know that France is taking a hit right now. Their gold, their stock, everything's taking a big hit for that individual fossil from Africa.
Yeah.
Withheld all the minerals, all the gold, and and Russia decides to back them up. So, I'm kind of happy that Africa stood up, but every African leader that stood up against the Western life has lost his life on me.
That's true.
Every single one of them. The last one was Gaddafi.
That's true.
They don't agree with the way we live, and they disagree into being greedy about the finances. And he was all for Africa, and I know they called him a terrorist, and he did genocide of this and that, and that's what they're doing to this Vato Fasa. I think that's his name, Fasa. That he's a world threat right now. He's a terrorist. He's this, and that guy ain't got no weapons of mass destruction. He's just standing up for what is right. I believe that these individuals that are standing up, they're finally realizing, hey, you know what? We can't be living like this. They can't be railroading our gente, And if you ask me, which one's the richest country of the world, would have to be Africa, because that's where the diamonds and the gold is at, and the oil, But we're hitting to some hard times, But hopefully that we're able to live past through this, and Trump does start getting his head together, and start focusing on the finances and on the people. But it's also there in that Project 2025. I'm pretty sure they want to do what they did back in the days, get us all out of here, Holmes. You know what I mean? Pero so far, a lot of people are still fighting. A lot of gente is still holding it down, and and I hope and I pray that they could come to a conclusion where it's not so much about Democrats and Republicans and Prop 50 and the midterm elections and all that. They do bring this country back up to its standard, but then time will tell, you know what I mean?
100%, man. I would have loved if we have politicians or people out there that know politics. Let's bring some people in here so we can discuss politics. No. I think it's good because, right? I think, Anthony, I mentioned a couple times ago that, hey, it's good when we have, when we have opposing views. It's good when we have these discussions amongst people.
Yeah.
We can all agree to disagree, but at the end, we're all raza. We all live together. We're all in the canoe. And if it sinks, I'm telling you, we're all going to go in with it. You know what I mean? So it's important at least to have the discussion. I think it's good.
I like what they say when they interview somebody. That like the guys in the mic and all the mangas are there, and he's all like, they ask one guy like, "What do you think they should do with the criminals and the illegals and all that? Any felon, any illegal, any this and that, like, you know what I mean? They should get them out. But your president is a felon."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Chulada says, Prop 50 will counteract against the cheating of the trompas due to gaining 5 extra seals in Texas, which the citizens were not even given a choice. They were showing out the way. I can't read the rest of it, but it's true. But then again, it leads way to the Democrats.
Yeah.
And I myself, homie, I'm a Republican, dog. Okay? But that don't mean that I vote for trompas. I can't. I'm a felon. I don't believe in the handout, and I believe that the Democrats use the low minorities to get the gain into the polls, and promises, and then never come through. Yeah. And they'll use gente, like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what? They got this, they got that, and we're gonna promise you this, and I don't believe it, dog. I don't believe the Democrats. I don't believe in the handout unless you really need it.
I did believe in the Democrats back in the 80s and 90s, bro, when they were the party of the people. They said it, and I think now the polarization of Democrats now, bro, it's just, because again, it's like, I grew up being a Democrat. That's what moms will talk to us about. I grew up, live and let live. People, immigrants. A lot of the party was for what it stood for, which was the family. It was the nuclear family back then. I think the Republicans never had that messaging set as being the nuclear. Now it's turned it kind of turned now, and I'm seeing it where it polarized itself. The messaging for it has gone over the last 10 years. I've never seen this party just do so many. And again, I'm talking about both parties. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's one bird. Yeah. When we say it's one bird, two wings, it's still the same bird, Yeah. They're all working together. They see each other. They have lunch together. They have breakfast together. They're probably talking about it now. Hey, this is going on in California, and look at what's going on here. And look at California's also doing a capital upgrade, right? Investing millions of dollars, as well as the White House.
That's just like
right.
That's just like a judge and a DA.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Little man.
They go sit and eat dinner, lunch, or together. If people don't see that, then they got to go see an eye doctor, because it's all that right there.
Chula says Prop 50 will balance the votes against Texas. It's a balance. Yeah. But with the side effect.
Yeah.
With the kick, there's a kick to it. You know what I mean?
There's always gonna be a kick to it.
And you know what's another thing too? I hate to cut you off, little man dispenser. You know what Democrats remind me of? Mm-hmm. Like when you get involved in city politics and all that, you see it. You're like, oh damn, this vato's doing this, doing that, doing this, hustle this. Vato ain't got no money. Mm-hmm. And he's promising all this, and then he could get the contracts. Like the Democrats remind me of hustlers.
Yeah.
With no feria, but they promise the whole world.
Well, that's what's happening in New York.
And Republicans, they do have the money. They do have these big investors, homie, Right. And of course, the Democrats look for the investors that are going to be beneficial for their pocket. Which they both stand in it, but I look at it, a Republican comes more prepared than the Democrat.
True.
The Democrat ain't, I ain't got no money. I'm going to go make this happen, and I'm going to promise the whole world and not come through with it. Mm-hmm. But at least the Republican is going to tell you, hey, I'm here. I'm going to cut your taxes. I'm going to take this from you.
He tells you
at
the
least
intention.
He's telling me what he's doing, all right? But
we cannot give out this amount of money. We can't afford it.
I'm going to take this from you. I'm going to take that from you. And like, you know what, homie? You're a punk for taking it from me, but I got to give you a props for telling me, fool. At least let me go hustle this to the side,
Yeah. Getting you ready with the snaps, bro. We don't have it. What are we gonna do? I agree. I think I agree with the snaps. I think the snaps was a bad choice. Yeah. But at the end, think about it. I don't think both. I just don't see it. I'm looking at the whole thing and how it's all playing out. Everybody's saying, hey, the Republicans control the Senate. They control the Congress. Yeah. But who's stopping the whole thing? You know what I mean? It's like it's 14 votes, 14 times to vote against it. You can't vote for it. Clean CR.
And of course, the insurance part. Go ahead, little man. Go ahead, Spencer.
But like supposedly they said he's gonna sign a paper for half.
Yeah.
For something $1 billion for SNAP. But you're still gonna have to wait for it to come back in effect. You're gonna get half of what you were getting, or whatever it may be.
Right.
But you're still gonna have to wait because the system's old or something like that.
It's still shut down.
It's still shut down. You're still gonna. You ain't gonna have the Thanksgiving that you plan.
Right.
You know, because you're gonna have to wait. You know.
But okay, be honest. Little man, you said that you do at times get your help and your assistant.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
here's the thing, little man. What did you have? A liver transplant?
Yeah, liver and kidney.
Liver and kidney. Your feet hurt. You're all shot out, right?
Yep.
And your back's hurting, right?
Yeah.
And then your pressure goes up, right?
Yeah, but that I can't.
So where's your 40 hours at? Can you pull a 40 hours?
No, my doctor won't let me.
Exactly, dog. Now, people like that deserve that coming. That without a, I get you. You know what I mean? I believe the taxpayers do have the right to participate in this, to give assistance to people who really deserve it. Now, I know some people, little man.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
not
know
gonna
a
say
lot
no
of
names.
people. I know a lot of people that you know,
Mother suckers living on Section 8 and their pad is freaking big, dog. Like, what's up with that?
I mean, it's not me,
Yeah.
just me because of my health and stuff. What about all these old people that put in all these years working and stuff?
Yeah.
They
Those are
really
okay.
need
So,
it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah, they do need it.
They do need it. You know what I mean?
And we can't say Charlie, and we can't say, oh, hey, you know what, they got to go to work. Yeah, if you could go to work, you know what I mean, you could handle it.
I'd go
then
to
go
work,
handle it.
you know.
Yeah, I know you would go to work, little man. Whenever
I
you
work-
try to hop out, you always hop out.
I worked for years. I mean, even when I got out of the joint stuff, I got holidays. I worked. You know, I was paroled to Bell Gardens. I stayed in Vegas for 3 years working, and I would every time my parole officer was going to come to, I'd come down here, visit my parole. My parole officer never knew I was living out there in Vegas, you
Yeah.
know, but I was out there working, doing what I had to do, you know.
But individuals do deserve that.
Yeah.
They have that coming, and we ain't nobody, Democrat, Republican, or whatever. We have no right to stop that from serving our gente, and they are Americans. Now, as for illegals that don't have all that and they snatch that away, well, it's hard. I
Yeah.
get it. What do you mean you get it, Anthony? I thought you for the raza. No, listen, Holmes. Like the way our family did it and got the papers and go fight and go do all this. Oh, well, we tried this, snatched them up. It's just the process that's taking place right now.
Yeah.
You could come back, dog. You could try it again. Oh, when the people came back, we've known people that fought back and came back, I get it, you know what I mean? They're cutting back on everything, and if the individual can't work, well, that one comes in. He has papers. The other ones don't have papers. Oh, but they got kids. I get it, homie. I understand it. But if it falls into the lining and it falls into the category of who comes first, well, let's put the people up first. I wish the kids could go up first, whether or not they had papers. But, the way that the government's going about it right now, well, it has to fall in line, And
Anthony, we still got 3 million people that are stuck in DACA, brother. We still can't look at that. Just think about it. That's one of the things that I want everybody to think. And again, let's just talk about the factual stuff that we still got people still that are doing the process, that are stuck in there, 3 to 4 million people that are going to school. They're trying to get a call. Imagine now, they're 23, 24, 26, 28, and they're still in DACA.
Yeah,
So it's like, how do you, and see, how are we going to want this president to help when, again, it has to go through these two parties that don't like each other.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Regardless of right or left or blue or red. Bro, the one that got us close, and I got to give it to him, Bill Clinton got us so close.
Yeah.
He got us so close. Under the Biden administration, and I'm not going to say, but they had the opportunity to save the DACA recipients. Why didn't they? Why didn't they? They had the Congress, Senate.
I'm going to be honest, Alfred.
Yeah.
They want to keep it gabacho, homie. They want to keep it just like that, dog, Look at when Trump came over right away and when he pulled out the immigrants from Africa, South Africa. No problem, vámonos. Now they're going to shut it down. J.D. Pence was talking about cutting back on all the immigration status of approvals.
Right.
You know, they have a system that they want to keep. I get it. I understand it. You know what I mean? If the Gabacho made the United States system, they want to keep it white, homie. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, what about his wife and her family? You know, and like this dude came out with some documents about Trump. His grandfather was a German, you know, and he had all the paperwork and all that, and his wife. How did his wife get here?
I agree.
You know what I mean?
You know, but they're still Savanas, they're still
Yeah,
Gabachos, and they want to
exactly.
keep this system like that. They're being part of the lower minority now. You know, we should outgrow them from all the gente that we have, and to us, all Latinos. I don't use that word, but the way they labeled us down.
Yeah, because I don't use that word either.
We Chicanos, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But the way the system has labeled us, and they tend to keep it that way, where they outgrow us back and hold us down. That way they could still control the Senate. They'll control the White House. They'll control the policies, the government, and you don't see no raza in there. The only raza you kind of really see, besides the Democrats that are fighting, supposedly fighting for us, but at the same token, they're just washing us out. It's the vato from Texas, and his parents were from Cuba. His grandparents were from illegal immigrants from Cuba, but is he whitewashed? Yeah, he is, homie, a lot of raza now think American is American, which is they don't care if their background was from Mexico or whatever the case might be. Oh, we made it. We're already Americans. Yeah, we're Americans, but we still brown. We can't be a coconut.
Exactly.
Now, if you want to be a coconut, that's up to you, homie. You know what I mean? Just you do know that one day you're gonna realize that your brown skin doesn't make you white, homies. And if it keeps on going to the way it's going, it's gonna end up pretty soon like that, homies, where they gonna push us out to the side, I hope it ends pretty soon. I hope they put up a good fight. These Newsom and all these guys that pushing and for equal opportunity, which is not true. I hope it ends pretty soon, because if not, Alfred Little Man, times are gonna get harder.
Oh
homie.
yeah. I
Times are
believe
gonna
it.
get harder for us, us raza, homie.
It is. I mean, it's gonna get more harder than what it is right now.
Now,
I mean, right now it's just a little taste.
yeah.
But I mean, when it gets rough, you better be on your toes.
Now, if you're a nonprofit 501c3 and you're raza, you have to fill out many different forms because they want to inquire where that finances are going to, especially if you're raza. So they're breaking down a lot of things from us. We just gotta keep trucha. We gotta stay united and stop thinking whitewash, homie. Stop thinking like you're a coconut. Think about your fellow brothers behind you. Be kind, be respectful. You ain't gotta go work for ICE, homie. Let them do that jale, homie.
Yeah.
Oh, but it pays good. He says, I'm an American. Look, coconut. Cálmate, güey.
Yeah.
Cálmate. Serio pedo, dog. Cálmate. I get it. You need the jale. If you're that clean, you ain't got no felonies, you're an ex-Marine, you should already had your lane. You should go work and do something else. No hay pedo. Let the gabacho do that, Holmes. You know what I mean? Back in the days, you didn't see raza doing it. Now, if you work for the immigration, yeah, you've seen raza do it, you know what I mean? But you don't see them chasing them down.
Yeah.
Back in the days, what was it, our little man? The green van, right?
Yeah.
Green van would come and all skinny gabachos go chase these fools, you know what I mean? Which, you know what I mean? Let them handle it, dog. You know what I mean? We got enough stuff going on for us that we need to come together. But it's up to you. I'm not here to bash you. I'm not here because if your son's working for them, then, honest truth is a malinche, homie, That's the one that betrayed the Aztecs, you know. How are we going to do that to our people, you know? But then again, I'm going to be honest. If you're raza, if you're paisa, ponte las pilas, güey. No seas menso, homie, you know?
Yeah, like, you know, you're gonna go out there knowing you don't got papeles. You're gonna go out there and show your face.
Yeah.
They're gonna get you.
They're
gonna get you. I mean, look at all them hitting the Home Depots. That's where their hangout was, you know, to get you. That's what they were hitting. Car washes and all that, you know, but they were still out there.
And save your feria, fool.
Yeah.
I was saying in Spanish, why tu dinero, güey? Don't go to the liquor. No vas a la liquor store and buy your pisto and your scratchers and everything just because it's your weekend, homie. Nah, homie, save your money, dog, because you just never know when they're going to snatch you up.
Plan B.
Be smart about it. Be wise about it. And get you a lawyer, homie. You know, don't say, I'll save it for tomorrow. Me vale madre, man. Stop thinking foolishness, dog. And stop being like that, homie. Carry yourself and have some good respect behind that, homie, you know? If you're out there selling flowers and all that, get rid of that jale. Go do work a jale where you ain't got to be in the streets. Oh, well, I got to pay off the coyote, this and that. Well, it's okay. That don't mean that he ain't going to let you go do something else. Go handle it, fool, you know? Be wise, be smart, and school this game. For those people that are listening, school the game to them paisas, to your neighbors, man, you know? Have a plan A, B, and C. If they have cars and all that, transfer the cars into somebody that's a citizen, because they do the radar test on them. They have the license plate readers, and that tells them. And don't go fighting, and you know what I mean. And we're gonna break. I know my rights. You don't know your freaking rights, homie. You barely know how to drive, homie. You know.
Cause I don't spend time. I don't think a lot of people realize that out there in the calles they got license plate readers.
Yeah, the license plate reader.
Know, and they read. It tracks you.
It does. I mean, that's how they get pulled over. The other day, I heard right there down the street from our path, that's what they did to a paisa, and then they got him out and they arrested him and let the ranfla there. Make sure that you have a plan A, B, and C, homies. Don't be dumb. If you got kids or in the DACA program and all that, let them go to school, handle their business. Just know that if something were to happen, they could snatch them up. Have a lawyer ready. Be prepared. Transfer everything over. You know, get a statement ready, notarize everything, transfer everything, just in case they snatch you up. You don't lose everything, you know. People get snatched up with their trucks, their dually trucks, all full of tools, and they snatch them up, go to Mexico, and leave everything behind. Come on, homie. You got to be smarter than that.
And let's be real. Even the homies, you know, you got to be careful out there, because you're going to go out there and do dirt. They got these license plate readers. And they're gonna catch you, you know what I mean?
They're gonna catch you. You know what I mean?
They had this thing. I think they were called the hit squad from Salinas. And these 7 vatos drove from Salinas to San Jose and started shooting up Sureño neighborhoods up there, killing all these, and they all got busted because they got tracked by a license plate reader. All them vatos got busted for so many murders, you know what I mean?
And not only that, you know, listen, if you're an older homeboy and you got your nephews, your cousins, or whatever, active, sit them down, man. You know what? Our vatos don't need to go to war right now. Our vatos, you know, they vandalized the heck out of our shop the other day. Not our shop, the neighbor's shop, and they vandalized it, vario this, vario that, and you know the other vario comes out, crosses them out, and all that, and all these youngsters are just on a sick one, you know?
Yeah.
When they should really take Clecha and really, you know what I mean, people get at them real good. Hey, Holmes, not right now. Right now is not the time, you know? Don't get caught up in the system. You know, let me break you down the system, homie, so you guys could understand real good. When you pull back and get to read everything, you're like, what? Listen, if they really want to, they could break your value down. Let's just be honest, okay? I'm going to be honest with you guys. If they really want your barrio gone, they will break it down. They'll make a freeway over it. They'll make a structure over it. They'll put a PD station and break down your neighborhood. But they let you guys fall into your own trap. They let it go. They let it just ride with it. Why? Because it builds up jales. It hires up juras. It hires district attorneys. It hires judges. It hires the system and throws you back into the system and you get caught up, homie. We were just talking about the merry-go-round. Its system is made for it to fail, homie. Why? Because they already know that in these poverty neighborhoods that are all run down and everything, that's the outcome. It's going to be rare that somebody comes out and graduates and makes a life and makes a big career. No, most of the times they're just dropouts. They have no plan and they could care less. Oh, no, I don't know English or this and that. And the system keeps you down. See, the system is already against us, homie, you know? When they let these barrios go and they let them do what they want, it's just a trap, homie. You go out there, go vandalize, you bring up this ego, this power, and all of a sudden you get caught up on the hot one and the murder and all this and that. And what? Who's going to bail you out? There's no money to bail you out, homie. Your family doesn't come from wealth. Your family doesn't come from lawyers. They don't come from none of that, homie. They'll give you a public pretender, dog.
Yeah.
And he's working for the system. Just you got to go out there and you got to go represent yourself. I'm here to represent you. No, you're working for the state. You're working for the county, homie. You ain't working for me because without you, he ain't got no holly. They get this whole system going, and it's a merry-go-round, homie. Then the next homeboy comes up, then his son comes up, then his nephew comes up, and it keeps on going and going and going. And you know what? The system's just making big feria out of you. As poor as you are, that's how much they're cashing out on you, homie. They could care less. They throw a Alibaba out there, let them open up a liquor store, open up all the permits and all the alcohol licenses around within 5-mile radius, homie. As many as they can. Throw out the California lottery ticket. Oh, it's promising back to the schools. Whose schools? Middle class suburbs, homie? Up there, higher class schools or our schools? I never seen a lottery ticket banner in our school when I was a kid. We never seen none of that. I never seen the donations. I never seen none of the write-outs, none of the printouts, and none of the sponsorships from the lottery ticket. I never seen none of that, homie. It's just a scam to keep you down, keep the system, keep us down. That's what you need to realize and understand. When you go out there and you go vandalize the wall and represent your barrio, you're representing it totally wrong, homie. When you should be out there gathering up the people, really pushing and really striving for the next man, the next young homeboy to come up. That's the way to do it. That's how you take pride in your barrio. Not on the negative thing, because in the negative thing, all you're going to go do is go hit the system. And the stock market from California Departments of Corrections makes big feria out of you. They're already gambling. They're already putting money on you, homie. These big investors got these private prisons, homie. They ain't going to hire no juras, no detectives, none of that. And it's a scam. It's a whole system rigged up, homie, for our barrios. We got to realize that. We got to understand that the only way out, if you really sit down and analyze the thing and you beat the freaking odds, homie, go out there and go represent. Represent it in the right way, not in the wrong way. Go fight with the city council. Make programs, homie, you know, for us to grow together and keep on building and moving and striving. Don't let the paisa just go out there and go cause ruckus in your barrio and just getting all pedo and le vale madre. Hey, homes, you ain't got no freaking papers. Métete, güey. Go kick back. Go with your familia, homie. Don't be dumb, dog. You know?
Yeah, stay with your family, and you know you're gonna get caught up if you're out there running around.
Yeah, you know? Don't get caught up, you know what I mean? And don't go cause ruckus. If you're going to be a vendor, do it the right way. Don't go out there and be descarado and go park in front of a freaking lunch truck or whatever and go against them. And the lunch truck there is, he's raza y te vale madre. Oh, my tacos are better. And man, don't be a descarado neither, homie. Don't do that, dog. And tell your tia, don't do that. ¿Y quién es él, güey? ¿Quién es él? Pues es un cholo que te está hablando de la verdad. You know what I mean? That's who I am. You know, don't be a descarado, go park in front of a restaurant and he's razaon and he's trying to make it happen and he's giving back into the community, and yet you don't even live in the freaking community. You're gone. You just take the fare and you bounce, homie. Just like these politicians. They don't live in the cities. They bounce and they take off, homie. You know, all those liquor stores, all the Arco gas stations, the AMPMs, and all those 7-Elevens, they're owned by Alibaba vatos, dog.
Yeah.
Tell me if they live in the freaking hood, homie. They don't live in the hood, homie. They don't live in the city. They're gone, homie. And their whole family is already working 24/7 for the 7-Eleven because the next one coming up, he's going to get a 7-Eleven. See how they're financially stable like that? And to us, man, homie, métete a la, what's that called? At the pyramid scheme?
Oh, see, yeah.
Tinga or?
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Métete a la de esta, you know what I mean? Where your number comes up like, man, we don't do that, homie, you know? We got to really get our crap together.
A la rifa.
A la rifa. So before we vote Democrat, Republican, or whatever, man, check yourself, homie. Really where you stand at, because these vatos ain't for us, homie. That's the honest truth, dog. The Democrat is not for us, and the Republican is not for us, homie. And we got to be for ourselves. And if we don't get it together, we're going to keep on going down. We're just going to keep on ranking up the numbers for the jail and the prison system and all that. Why do you think they want to deport all these people, dog?
It's just like they say. That's just like they say. When you're born, you got to get a Social Security card. People don't realize you're just a number in the world. Go to prison, you pick up a number. All you are is a number.
Just a number.
Just a number.
And you go to DMV, you got to get the number.
Yeah.
And those are finances. Sanchez says la tanda. Yeah, the tanda. That's how we join in. ¿Quién sigue, comadre? Man, come on, man.
I'm number 6.
Let's put our feria and let's go do something. You know what I mean? Let's get involved. We're pushing to like when I go to the city council, man, here I be in este way. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. It's me, dog. My face. Remember my freaking face. I'm going to go raise hell. You know, because we have to stand up for what is right, homie.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. People want to make their feria, make the political moves, but is it beneficial for us? Or is it just beneficial for your pocket? You can't think that way, dog. You got to think bigger and stronger for our communities. When do you see these vatos, Asian vatos living in our communities? They don't, dog. They cash out, homes. All these markets, La Lupita and all them, they're owned by Asians, dog. What the hell? Why do they got our name on there, dog? You know, why doesn't our people come up on it, dog? You know, we're too busy bashing on each other. Well, I tiene un restaurante. Well, I'm in, like right there by in what is it, the little shopping square in little shopping square in Alondra and Hayford.
Oh, you
no, Pioneer and Hayford. Well, Lupita's,
yeah, that's are you talking about
the little shopping center, right? Well, there's a birreria there.
Yeah.
And then there was a pizza place, and that paisa ended up opening up a birreria. No says, wait, homie, come on, cut some slack to the neighbor next door, homie. He's trying to make it happen. He's trying to grow himself, homie. You know what I mean? But no, you want to come and bash because, you know what, out of jealousy, no, pero yo me pongo los cuernos y aquí voy a estar. Don't be a paisa jerk, homie. Don't be a jerk, homie. You know what I mean? Take it down the street, whatever. Go handle it, homies. You know what I mean? Go make another shop somewhere else. And let's all come together, come to an agreement, you know? There was another one, carniceria. One of them was called El Cortez.
Yeah, right there in the barrio.
Yeah. Cortez is a good carniceria. Vato's all right. You know what I mean? He's okay. A little pricey, if you ask me. A little too pricey, you know? But that's him. He wants to come up. He'd rather sell it for that price. Well, one opened up down the street, same style, same everything, and he ended up hiring the vato that he fired, and he knew the remedy to the carne asada, so he sells it $1 cheaper, you know. So this vato turns around and he grabs a couple of big old lunch trucks like the ones that I got. He wrapped those things up and he parked it by his carniceria. You know, that's a scandalous move.
Yeah.
That's a descarado move, homie. I mean, you could have sold the carne asada for another $1 cheaper. That's fine, homie. You know, but this vato comes along. He's humble. He's real cool. He and it was like 2 blocks away. And he opens up this shop and it's cheaper, you know, and it tastes good. And why not, homie? We support everybody. But when you got to go wrap the troca and go park it in front of it, man, just stop being descarado, homie. You're surviving good out there, homie. You know what I mean? But to each his own, homie, you know, but if you really want to grow in your barrio, stick together, homie. Go push it. And no tenga miedo, güey.
Yeah.
You know? Right, homie?
100%.
Yes,
sir.
Rockin Chicano for mayor. Nah, hell no, dog. I end up throwing, Gary says, Rockin Chicano for mayor. I'll be throwing blows with everybody, homies. I'll be grabbing my notebook book. Shut up, fool. Sit down. Cálmate, güey. Sit down before I break change on you, homie.
True.
But that's the way I look at it. I don't think that politicians are for us. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
let's keep on pushing, and hopefully we see some better results than what we're seeing right now.
100%.
Rev says it's good, Cortez, right? Yeah, it's real good. All right, anything else?
No, that's
That's 2 hours already.
2 hours.
Yeah, damn. That one quick.
Hey, well, little man, welcome, bro. You made it past the 2 hours, brother.
Oh, yeah. You know.
We miss you, brother.
All right, pues this concludes today's message on the YouTube yarda where we talk about other vatos and we're in level 10s, homie. And nah, hell no, dog. Well, go ahead, little man.
Yeah, but hey, that's the way of the world.
Much love and respects to everybody. We'll see you vatos out there in the car shows. Much love and respects to Facebook, everybody. Gracias, everybody tuning in.
And thanks for all the viewers, everybody. Nice to see everybody.
All right, pues. We'll see you in the next one. All right, man. Much love.